My wife got in shape and left me, claiming she could do way better than me. Now she regrets it and is begging me to take her back. But I've already moved on. Hello Reddit I plus here. You ever have someone look you in the eyes after years together and say, I can do better than you? Like, not in the heat of an argument, not after a fight, but just calmly, like they were stating a fact? Yeah, that was my wife. Well, ex-wife now. Let me take you back a bit. I met Rachel when I was 23. We were both working retail, broke as hell, splitting dollar menus on lunch breaks. It wasn't glamorous, but we were happy. She made me laugh, I felt seen, and we promised we'd build something together. She had dreams of being a nurse. I wanted to open my own auto shop one day. We were dreamers, man. Poor but in love. That kind of thing. We got married at 25. I remember being nervous as hell, not because I was unsure, but because I wanted to give her everything. And at the time, I barely had 2 nickels to rub together. But she said, as long as we're together, we'll figure it out. And I believed her. Fast forward a few years. We're 30. She's a nurse now, and I finally opened up a small auto shop with a buddy of mine. Long hours, stressful days, but we're comfortable. We've got a little 2-bedroom house, 2 dogs, and we're talking about trying for kids. But something changed that year. Rachel had always struggled with her body image. She was never overweight, but she didn't have that Instagram model look, you know? And she hated that. So she decided to start going to the gym. I supported it. I was proud of her. Bought her some new workout gear, helped plan meals, cheered her on. I thought we were doing it together, and at first, it felt like we were. Then the gym became her second home. She started going twice a day. She got a trainer, Chad. Yes, that's his actual name. Freaking Chad. Dude looked like a Greek statue with a protein shake addiction. And I tried not to be insecure, I really did, but I could feel something shifting. She started acting different, shorter with me, more impatient, stopped sitting next to me on the couch, started sleeping on the edge of the bed. And the compliments I used to get? Gone. Suddenly, everything I did was lazy or not ambitious enough. Then came the day. I'll never forget it. She came home from the gym, sweaty, glowing, and with this weird mix of guilt and smugness on her face. And she sat me down and said, I've been doing a lot of thinking. I think we're going in different directions. I said, What does that mean? And she said, I've changed. I'm not the same person I was when we got married. I want more now. I think I can do better than this. And by this, she meant me. She didn't cry. She didn't even hesitate. She walked out 3 days later, moved in with a coworker for a while, and eventually got a nice little apartment downtown. I won't lie, I was wrecked. I didn't eat for days. I kept wondering what I did wrong, how I wasn't enough. I'd look in the mirror and just see every flaw she must have seen. I spiraled, man. I even considered closing the shop. But you know what helped me get out of that funk? Ironically, it was the gym. Not for revenge, not for her, but for me. I started running, joined a boxing class, lifted weights. I didn't turn into a fitness model or anything, but I got healthier, stronger, mentally and physically. And slowly, I rebuilt. My shop grew. I hired another mechanic, expanded to more clients. I adopted another dog. Because, why not? I went to therapy, made peace with the fact that the woman I married didn't exist anymore. And then, out of nowhere, I met someone. Her name's Taylor. She came in with a busted transmission and left with more than a fixed car. She's kind, funny, doesn't care that I have grease under my nails, and doesn't expect me to be some influencer-type guy. We've been together almost a year now, and yeah, I'm happy, like actually happy. Then last week, I get a text from Rachel. Hey, can we talk? I didn't respond, but she kept pushing, called twice, left a voicemail that said, I miss you. So, stupidly, I agreed to meet her for coffee, just to see what she wanted. And man, it was surreal. She looked amazing, sure, but there was something off. She looked tired, worn down. Not the confident woman who left me saying she could do better. She said she'd made a mistake, that the dating world wasn't what she thought, that most guys just wanted sex and didn't care about her personality, that she missed how I made her laugh, that I was the only man who ever really loved her for who she was. She asked if we could take it slow and see where things go. I looked her in the eye and said, You were right. You can do better than me, but you didn't, and I did better than you. And then I walked out. She cried. I didn't. For the first time since she left, I felt like I was exactly where I was supposed to be. I wish I could tell you that walking out of that cafe was this cinematic moment where the music swells and I leave her crying into her latte. But life's messier than that. When I got in my truck, my hands were shaking, not because I was sad, but because for the first time in years, I'd stood up for myself. For years, I had been the fixer, the guy who stayed calm during fights, who apologized first, who sacrificed his own time and comfort just to keep things peaceful. But that day, that was the day I finally chose me. Later that night, I told Taylor about the meeting. She didn't flinch, didn't get jealous, just asked, "How do you feel about it?" And I said, like I just closed a chapter I've been scared to reread. She smiled, grabbed my hand and said, "Then I'm proud of you." That moment hit me harder than Rachel's entire monologue at the cafe, because that's the difference. Rachel wanted a man who would constantly prove he was good enough for her. Taylor is proud just to walk beside me. A few days later, Rachel sent one last message. "I know I hurt you. I didn't realize what I had until it was gone. I hope you're happy." I didn't reply. Not because I was trying to be cruel, but because there was nothing left to say. Sometimes closure doesn't come from a conversation. Sometimes it comes from moving on. And in case you're wondering, no, Chad didn't work out. Turns out, being a walking bicep with the emotional depth of a spoon doesn't exactly build long-term compatibility. I heard through a mutual friend that he ghosted her after 4 months. Poetic, isn't it? But here's the truth. I'm not mad at her anymore. I think she really believed she needed to leave to find herself. I think she thought life had more to offer than what we had. And maybe she was right. Maybe we weren't meant to be forever. But that doesn't excuse how she did it. Dropping me like I was some worn-out safety net, that hurt. And it took time, therapy, sweat, and support to stitch those wounds back together. So yeah, she regrets it now. But I don't. Because if she hadn't left, I wouldn't have found the version of me I am now. The stronger me. The one who doesn't beg to be chosen. I don't need to be somebody's settle for. I'm not a before photo. I'm the damn glow up.